Interior of the house, 8 AM in the morning. Shnitzul sitting down quietly on his high chair as he's adjusting the straw in his smoothie such that it's at the perfect height. His heart is pounding. He knows today's the day. The day that he's finally going to ask out his crush, Cicely. Schnitzul's been drowned within his own thoughts. Thoughts of rejection, humiliation, and so on. Suddenly Schnitzul's mom Margaret slams the door open and shouts,
Shnitzul, what are you doing, son? You gonna miss your bus. You gotta finish that smoothie now, son.
Shnitzul says,
Shut your filthy mouth, Margaret. I'm Mr. Shnitzul to you, and alright, I'll finish the smoothie now.
Shnitzul then quickly drinks his smoothie. Upon finishing the smoothie, Shnitzul then begins to make his way towards the door and exits the building. 8:30 AM, interior of the bus. Schnitzul's not feeling well. In a desperate attempt to calm his nerves, Shnitzul turns to his right in order to talk to Guros, who's sitting just one seat ahead of him. He notices a picture of a girl on Guros's phone before Guros frantically turns his phone off.
Who's that?
Shnitzul says.
It's nothing. What do you mean, who's that? Who's who?
Guros replies.
I saw you looking at a girl's picture. Who was that?
Shnitzul says.
It's none of your business. Mind your own beeswag.
Guros replies.
It was Cicely, wasn't it? I saw it. It was Cicely.
Shnitzul says.
Yeah, it was Cicely, so what? What are you gonna do about it?
Guros replies.
Why are you looking at her picture? You pervert. Leave her alone. She doesn't want you.
Shnitzul says.
I'm not a pervert. I just like her.
Guros replies.
She is already taken, so leave her crusty hands off of her.
Shnitzul says.
Whatever, loser. We'll see who she likes better.
Guros replies.
Alright.
It was clear that this exchange of words not only didn't help Shnitzul, but instead worsened his anxiety even further. Now his main issue was no longer being rejected by Cicely, but was being rejected by her for Guros. To Shnitzul, Guros was the embodiment of a sore loser. He was the dirtiest, slimiest, and the crustiest kid in this entire school, and for Shnitzul to lose his crush to him would be a soul-crushing defeat. 9 AM, interior of the school. Upon arriving at the school, Shnitzul headed over to the toilet room. It must have been his encounter with Guros that made him feel uneasy. Whilst chilling on the toilet seat, Shnitzul heard the person next to him crying.
Hey, what's going on, ma'am?
Shnitzul said.
Hey, ma'am, why are you crying?
Shnitzul said again.
I ran out of toilet paper and I don't know what to do.
The random Johnny boy replied.
I got you, bro, don't worry.
Shnitzul said as he grabbed a few pieces of toilet paper and passed it to the random person.
Thank you, bro.
This act of kindness made Shnitzul more confident and easy, and it was the final push that he needed in order to ask Cicely out. 3 PM in the afternoon, outside of the school. Shnitzul was standing by the school door waiting patiently for Cicely to come out so he can give her the bouquet of flowers he bought her and ask her out on a date. "30 minutes passed, and there was no sign of Cicely. It was evident that from the sheer amount of sweat on Schnitzul's forehead that he had become anxious and stressed out. Shnitzul decided to head back to the school to search for Cicely. He looked everywhere, and upon arriving by the school corridor, what Shnitzul saw scarred his heart, emotions, and feelings permanently. It was Guros who was making out with Cicely quite intimately, tongues involved and everything. Shnitzul couldn't believe what he was witnessing. The flowers fell from his hands as he shouted,
Cicely, why? How could you do that to me?
His heart was filled with hatred, resentment, and anger, and all he could think about at the point in time was seeking revenge. He ran towards Guros and slapped him with such strength that he fell unconscious. Shnitzul then took out his belt and used it to tie up Sicily.
If I am not going to have you, then nobody will. You are all mine now.
Shnitzul shouted. "7 p.m. Interior of Schnitzul's basement. Sicily is tied up to a chair, blindfolded. The atmosphere is as silent as a stone, and all that can be heard is the sound of water droplets making contact with the floor. Suddenly, Sicily hears someone opening the door.
Hello.
Says Sicily.
Hello. Who's there?
She says again.
It's me. I won't hurt you, don't worry.
Shnitzul says as he enters the room.
Why did you kidnap me? What do you want from me? Please let me go.
I said don't worry. I am not going to do anything to you.
What's your problem? Why won't you let me go?
I just want to spend some quality time with you, that's all.
Suddenly we hear the ringing of Sicily's phone in the background. Shnitzul grabs Sicily's phone from her purse and answers the phone.
Who is this?
Says the Shnitzul.
It's me, Cicily's boyfriend.
What do you want?
I just want to know if Cicily is okay.
She is okay. Don't worry.
Can I talk to her?
No.
Shnitzul then ends the call and continues his conversation with Sicily. They talk for several minutes, but their conversation gets cut short by the sound of the police sirens outside Schnitzul's house.
Shit, I knew I should have finished him. That little rat called the police.
Shnitzul says as he grabs the pistol that was placed on his table.
FBI, open up!
Within seconds, Shnitzul gets surrounded by a dozen of policemen, all pointing their gun towards him. Shnitzul points his pistol at Sicily's head and shouts,
One step closer and I swear to God I will kill her.
We can see Schnitzul's hands shaking as he holds the pistol firmly. To Shnitzul, everything had slowed down. It was as if he was witnessing the event occur in slow motion. Suddenly, Schnitzul's mom opens the second door and shouts.
What did you do, Schnitz?
Shnitzul turns his head around and looks at his mum with despair and sorrow. We see drops of tears coming down Schnitzul's cheeks. Shnitzul looks into his mom's eyes and says,
Mom, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for everything.
As he quickly points the gun towards his own head and pulls the trigger. Shnitzul falls. Schnitzul's mum runs towards his body and holds him in her arm as he passes away. Suddenly, all the noise is gone, and all we hear is absolute silence. The lights get turned off. The end.